Everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. Please subscribe to this channel and please turn on the notification button so that you'll always be notified every time I upload a new video. Thank you so much. In this video I'll be talking about repeating a class. What does it mean to repeat a class? How does it feel to repeat a class in either primary school, secondary school, even in higher institution? It is the end of an academic year in Nigeria. Well, I don't know about other countries, well, outside Nigeria. Well, I believe that one day I'll be able to go there to see what it looks like there. But in Nigeria, it is the end of an academic year. That is the 2022-2023 academic year. And some children may not have done so well, and they may be advised to repeat the same class at the next session. That is, if a student, if a child didn't do well in the previous academic year, if, for example, if the child failed so many subjects at school, that child may be advised to repeat the same class. Now, ensuring that you help your child get academically sound to avoid repeating a class is key. As a parent, you need to do your best in order to avoid making your child repeat a class. That is, you have to ensure that your child is academically sound. Your child should pass as many subjects as possible at school in order not to be told to repeat a class. It is key. It is very, very important for a parent to do that. Aside from that, it has not actually been proven that repeating a class has helped children learn better. Well, it has not been proven anyway. I have come across students who repeated the same class twice, yet the students couldn't learn better. They were unable to improve. So repeating a class actually does not mean that the child will be able to learn better. However, there are some students who have repeated a class and later they were able to learn better. However, it has not been proven that that's the best method for a parent or for a child or student. It may even affect a child's self-esteem, including emotional and social abilities. Repeating a class could actually affect a child's self-esteem. The child could feel inferior to his or her peers. So at times, repeating a class might not be good for a child because it could affect the child's emotional and social abilities. Well, repeating kindergarten or even the first or second grade is not really a big deal. It is not a big deal for a child to repeat preschool, kindergarten. For children at that level, they don't really know what is happening in their environment or to them. So repeating kindergarten, preschool, grade 1, grade 2 is not often a big deal, and life goes on. The child would continue with his or her life, but if these problems are ignored, when a child starts having issues academically, but and the parents ignore all these issues, these problems, if these problems are ignored and a repeat becomes necessary for let's say 3 or 4 years later, that becomes a difficult experience for a child. For example, if a child leaves primary school and the child is in secondary school and you ask the child to repeat a class, it could become difficult for that child, because at that time that child would have become aware of his or her environment. The child would have started becoming mature, and at that level, if you ask the child to repeat, it could be difficult. That is why it is better to work on the issue early enough, most especially when the child is in primary school, nursery school, preschool, kindergarten. Once parents are able to work on the issues, it would not affect the child later in the future. Usually problems tend to compound when not sorted early, as I said earlier. When the issues are not sorted early enough. Just as I said, when the child is still in nursery 1, when the child is still in kindergarten, parents should quickly make use of that period to sort the problem, find solution, provide solution to the problem. Because if that problem comes up later in future, it would be difficult to solve. It is also best to avoid the situation. Do your best as a parent to avoid the situation, because once the situation comes up, it could be difficult to solve. So it is a good idea to try as much as possible to, well, as I said previously, repeating a class has not been proven to make a child learn better. Yes, it is better to sort the problem early, but even if the problem occurs in future, later in the future, that does not mean that if you ask the child to repeat the class, that the child would be able to learn better, that the child would be able to improve academically. So the one has to just consider so many things. Parents have a whole lot to do. Parents have work to do. So you have to consider the pros and the cons. So in case repeating the class would help your child, go for it. In case repeating a child would not help your child, then don't go for it. It has helped some people, as I said earlier, but it has not helped some people too. So, but in order to make your choice, please think about it thoroughly. You have to think about it thoroughly. You have to consider it thoroughly, so that you would not end up messing up the life of your child, so that you would not end up doing something that you could regret later in the future. As I said earlier, please, as a parent, sorting out the problem early enough, most especially when the child is in preschool, kindergarten, grade 1, grade 2, nursery school, is better. It is better rather than waiting for the problem to aggravate in future. Please remember to subscribe to this channel, like this video, leave a comment down there, and don't forget to share. Thank you so much for watching.